And one fish, two fish, and I don't have any sound monitoring on. Okay, there we go. Sound monitor is on. Okay, there we go. Sound monitor is on. And a red fish, blue fish. And a red fish, blue fish. Is my mic okay? I don't know. Is my mic okay? I don't know. After 5 years, I probably should get a decent one. But we will get rid of that echo. And let's check the YouTube. But we will get rid of that echo. And let's check the YouTube. The YouTube is fine. We will get rid of that echo. And let's check the YouTube. All right, YouTube is muted. All right, let's make sandals. That's what's on tap for today. Let's launch up Daz and see where we are. I did get a few morphs done on the Rocket Gal outfit. So hopefully, if I'm on schedule, I can get that submitted next week. My current outfit that I'm working on, the synth swimsuit outfit, is I'm waiting for the texture artist. Valkyrie. I work with Valkyrie. She makes add-on texture sets, so when she submits, I'll submit. So that's all ready to submit. And then I've got 3 things sitting at Daz, waiting in marketing. Other than that, oh yeah, I don't know if there's anybody here. It says I've got 2 people. We'll do the refresh. So it is Dreamon's 5th year anniversary this week. That is Dree's alias, Baby Haga, over there in the corner, hanging out with us, and we got a disco ball in Dree's honor. So there it is. It's, I guess, over there. I gotta see. Am I looking at it? I am. I did look at it. Okay. So there is that. That is Friday, and I had the times on Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific time to 11 p.m. Pacific time. That works out to be 6 o'clock Eastern time to like 2 a.m. So join Dree as she makes wonderful music and shenanigans, celebrating with a big anniversary. She really does special streams, puts a lot of effort to it. They're a lot of fun. You should check it out. Anyhow, what am I doing? I'm going to load in. We're going to see where we are. I did the necklace and bracelets last time. I want to do sandals that go with this outfit. I'm probably going to redo the necklace a little bit. The mesh is a little denser than I really want. So what I think I'm probably going to do is go back in. I was thinking I was going to deforce it. I'm just not having any luck. And I just don't want to just steal. I want to figure out how it's done. I know it can be done. I haven't got it yet, and I know Fabia's done it, so I might look at her products a little bit more. But right now, I'm just not quite getting it to work. So it'll be probably a more traditional, yeah. So the problem, of course, will be I'll have to add some morphs for the shoulder bends to fix that. Anyhow, so let's see where we are. I'm going to slide this over here so you can't see the content library because I don't know where I left off. There we go. We left off with the Rocket Gal. So let's pop on over to, what am I calling you? Summer Blush, I think is what this is. And I think when we last saw, we had, so here we go. We got a scoit. We got a nice little top that goes with this. We currently have a little necklace that goes with this. And what I'm going to need to do is probably going to need to add some morphs so that when this goes up, that doesn't get deformed as bad. So I got to work on that. So we're going to have to put a kind of a corrective morph for that in there. So that's on tap. Now I'm not quite sure how to do that because that's going to kind of clip with the dress too. Although the dress is going to be deforced. I probably should tweak that. But honestly, since it's deforced, that shouldn't be a big problem. but it probably wouldn't hurt to clean up the joints on that, the rigging on that just a little bit. Hey, DZ, how are you doing today? I am going to make sandals. We need sandals. Also, we're going to do stud earrings because this is contemporary, and in contemporary, we're going to pierce the ears and put earrings on. If this was the 50s or the 60s, I probably would still use clip-ons. And maybe earlier than that. I'm not sure at what point. Well, I know pierced earrings go back quite a ways, but I don't know. I think during the 50s, actually, clip-ons were king. Although I don't think they're quite as popular these days. I get that impression. Oh, and we got bracelets. Let's get the bracelets on. So there we go. That's what we've got so far. Control Shift F. So today we be making the sandals. We're going to make the sandals for Genesis 9 first. Yo, Brian Stone. Would an A pose or a T pose help for that top, at least for setting it up? Honestly, for making clothes, T poses are better, but that's not the way Daz rolls. And honestly, we can. It is pretty easy to clean up the rigging on that, and it is deforced. So, you know, if you know, so what we do have, I mean, that looks terrible, but when you run the simulation, it should stay. It should work out all right. And now I'm just going to sit here and drink while we patiently wait for this to run. And actually, it doesn't hurt to see how that. If I need to make adjustments in the D4 settings, why are you slowing down? Uh-oh. Is it exploding? Is it exploding? I think it is. You know what it is? It's probably the necklace. Oh, you know, the necklace is still deforced. I'm going to stop that. I was playing with deforcing the necklace, and apparently I saved it that way. But that's not working for me. So now we're just going to have to, you know what's probably going to be quicker than waiting for this to stop is just killing it. And then restarting Daz. Oh, I can't see anything. Stop popping shit up. There we go. All right, we're going to restart that. I am not using the 2025. No, I'm still. I haven't been brave enough to let to install the alpha and let it screw everything up. I think our friend Willie did, and he has gotten into Crash already. And no worries, ask questions. Feel free. Feel free to derail the stream. That's fine. All right, we're going to do this again. I'm going to remember to get rid of the D-force on the necklace because I wasn't liking that. And you know what? Since you're here, I might as well just quickly tweak the rigging on the dress just to make it work a little bit better. Is that a thumbs up? I can't see. It's dark. It is a thumbs up. Okay, excellent. And then we're totally going to make sandals today. I promise. All right, I'm in the wrong library because we crashed it, so it's wherever I was last. I'm calling this one Summer Blush. We're going to come back into here. I'm going to load you back in, and this time I'm going to remember to just take the D-force off of it because I'm not getting D-force to work with that. Someday I might be able to get D-force necklaces working. This is not that day. So I'm just going to get rid of it from there. We'll just remove the D-force modifier on that. I'm just going to double check. There we go. That's complaining that there's nothing to simulate. So we are good there. Oh, and you're on the YouTube. I see that. And my brain has stopped. It does that a lot. All right, I'm going to load that. I'm going to load those. So I got those and those done. Just to do a double check, nothing simulating. Let's get you back in here. Let's get you back in here. Now I'm going to do this again. I might as well touch up the rigging while we're sitting here talking about it. So I'm just going to put that up. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to make sure I don't have any polys in this top assigned to like the arms or the collar. So let's pop over into here. I'm going to take a look. We're going to start with the geometry tool. I'm going to come over here to the top, expand that out. You're going to look at, let's take a look at this shoulder and see if anything. There are a couple of polys assigned to the shoulder. I think we're going to move those to, yeah, we're going to reassign all of this to the chest. So, you know what, I'm going to hide that. Come over here. And then I'm just going to select all of these. Oops, there was some bleed through in there somewhere. We'll try that again. Let's pop over. I need to just change the colors or something on this because it's hard to see what I'm doing. We'll go to the tool settings. I don't know. Let's bring that back and come over here and hide that. And then if I do, there we go. That's good. So I just basically expand the selection. Now I'm just going to come over here and assign all of that to the chest upper. And then I've got to remember to go do that on the left side as well. But that's good for now. Then we're just going to bring you back to view. And I'm just going to tweak the rigging on that a little bit. So we're looking at this. Come over here, use the weight map tool, select the general weights. And I'm just going to smooth this out because it really doesn't need to be doing that. So make that inner radius larger. Make my outer radius a little bit larger on the weight brush tool. I'm just going to smooth that down so it just looks a little bit. And I don't, because it's D-force, this isn't critical. It just makes it looks a little bit nicer though while you're posing around. Something's getting stuck there. We'll check the arm too. And maybe have to smooth it out. That just might be the way it's modeled a little bit though. Let's find out. Let's check the left shoulder. Is anything moving around there? Yeah, there's a little bit in the left shoulder too. I'm going to double check and make sure I actually got everything moved over. What are you? Are you actually moving? Just double check some stuff here. Let's put that back. Oops, I grabbed the wrong thing. Oh, you know what? I bet you that may be a corrective morph. Let's take a look and see. So I've got a little bit of a bugaboo here. And like I said, because we are deforcing it, I think I can run a simulation now without exploding something. All of this rigging really doesn't make that big of a difference. It just looks a little nicer if you're like posing a figure before you deforce it. So when we simulate it, it looks okay. So I'm probably good over here. Stop that, and we'll go clean up the other side just a little bit, kind of like what we did here. Reassign some of the faces. And then just smooth out the, I did not want you to render, stop that. Pop over here. It looks funny because we just simulated, so let's clear that. There we go. Oh, better. Now I'll go clean this up. And since I'm cleaning up the rigging, we'll do the legs too real quick. It's a skirt, so I probably don't need to do much, if anything, on that. I usually clean it up with, I got a crotch. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. Part of this is probably assigned to one of these. We want that to be part of the, I've already forgotten what I was doing earlier. Is it the upper chest? Yeah, I want to reassign these to the upper chest, so we'll do that. All right, get back in here. Geometry tool, tool settings. What am I doing? I'm going to hide the upper chest. I got the wrong thing selected. Let's try it with the top. All right, we're going to hide the chest upper. There we go. And then I'm going to, and if I just expand that selection, it should capture all of that because it looks like it's an isolated little island. And then I assign all of those faces. And I can actually tell which ones are you. You are the right color. And I have right shoulders. So you see these right here, these 67 polys are probably what I've just selected right there. Assign those over. Bring that back, and then we'll just smooth that out a little bit. What am I on now? I'm on the right color now. Get that weight map brush in here. And I'm just going to do the same thing. We'll just smooth that out. It just looks a little nicer. Not that it ultimately does anything. But, you know, looking nice doesn't hurt. For a second there, I thought that was poking through, but then I realized that's an end. So I think that should be good. You know what? I'm just going to run a sim on that just to watch it. I think that's going to be fine. And likewise, I'm going to have to add a fix more for the necklace for that collar when the collar goes up. That's also not on the agenda for today, but something to do in the future. All right, that's looking good. I'm going to cancel that. Let's put that shoulder back and let's resave the top for now. Oh yeah, let's clear the simulation before I save. All right, and now let's select that top, and then I'm going to resave that as a figure prop asset. I have a secret button up there. And where are you? I think you're in dresses. I think I'm back in dresses today. And you are summer blush. There we go. People, Genesis 8 female, clothing. And this is the Genesis 8. I'm going to resave over the top there. Yes, I'm going to replace that. There's me, the product, the item. Currently set to a shirt. I'd always have to set this one though. It never remembers this. So that is also wardrobe shirt. There we go. Accept. Should be good. All right, so those little changes I made. Let's just take a quick look at the legs. I'm going to go back to that. Where is my... There it is. You know what? That's probably going to be okay. I could smooth that out, but honestly, it's deforced, so It's meant to be used like this. And now that we have D-force, we don't have to go through all the pain of rigging skirts like we used to. The horror. Oh, the horror. That's running a little stiff. I might loosen this up a little bit, I think. That was looking a little stiff too, so I'm depending on what my dynamic settings are, I might change this a little. All right, I'm going to cancel that. That was looking good. Do I have you set to like 0.9 or something? Let's take a look. Surface tab, 0.9. You know, maybe I'll loosen those up to be about 0.95 or something. Maybe even 1. That's fine at 0.9, I think. You're at 0.4, so that waist stays. Let's grab you, and your trims. And let's say 0.95. Let me take a look at how that. Yeah, I might tweak it to 0.95. I'm pretty sure that's not 0.95. That's working well enough. You still a noob? Yeah. I have had practice. If you're trying to do your own D-force, I mean, it takes a little while, but it's nice to take a look at what other people have done. And the biggest thing that keeps things from exploding for me, though, is just this bend stiffness factor right here. Um, the default setting is at 0.5, and that isn't really, what do I want to say, robust. It's pretty easy to get explosions with that, so I normally will just automatically turn bend stiffness to something like 0.1. It might make things a little too floppy, but it goes a long way to preventing most explosions. All right, so that's working out well enough. Also, if you're making your own clothes, one of the things is I try to pay attention to how dense the mesh is. Since I make stuff with Marvelous Designer, in Marvelous Designer terms, it's something like I want to say, particle distance of like 5 to 10. This is likely a 10. Is you know, because the denser your mesh is, the slower this stuff takes. Of course, newer computers are probably a lot faster than this. That's probably good. I'm going to reset that leg, and I'm just going to reset. Did I not hit? Did I control F? I think I controlled F. Now I got to wait for the whole thing to reset. Uh, Genesis 8 resets so slow. Control. Let's try this. Control E. Get back in here. Do that. I'm going to resave the skirt, and then we're going to go into Blender and make some shoes. I'm actually going to make the shoes for Genesis 9, and then we'll refit them to Genesis 8 later on. Genesis 9 has nice flat feet because of this sort of A-pose leg thing, which is nice if you're making pants, but it's kind of a pain in the ass if you're making shoes because it's just at that slight. Is that a weird angle? And I forget, what am I doing? I'm saving this. And then we're going to go play with Blender. A couple of things. I am going to make stud earrings too. I think I'll try to knock that out first. He said freezing again. There we go. I'm going to do that. I'm going to save the skirt there. I'm going to say yes to that. Me, the product, name of this, that says skirt. This is going to say skirt. Okay, and what I'm planning to do is I've kind of have this pearly thing going on here. We're going to kind of use that theme on the sandals. They're going to be pretty simple sandals, but they'll have like these little pearls, which probably would be painful as all heck, but hey, not a real person. We can definitely choose how nice it looks over comfort. Poor Daz gals. People always making him wear these in completely uncomfortable clothes. Activating blender. There we go. All right, there's blender. Let's get you over here. I do have a shoe file, but I don't really need it for this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start with the jewelry file that I was using the other day. Something in here should say jewelry file. There it is. Summer blush jewelry. There we go. Don't save. And I want that just because I have this like pearl element already in here. At some point, I'm going to have to refit the necklace to Genesis 9. So what I really want is, where is my pearls? Okay, that's a pearl necklace. I'm going to redo that probably a little bit. Okay, if I tab in, all right, that's good. I want to make a copy of that. And right now it's following this curve, and I don't want it to do that anymore. So what I'm going to do is we're going to come down here. And you know what? I think I can just get rid of that and get rid of this. And I'm going to leave that on there. Hey, Art, how are you doing? What a busy day. Hey, you've got company on YouTube today, dude. Well, hopefully you can get some rest tonight, Art. Did you already move the Escalade? I need a Genesis 9 in here. Let's do that. Let's import a G9. I do it so often it's in my bookmarks. Then we're just going to make sandals that'll fit that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make the little loops that come up over the toes. We're going to put these little pearls on there. So that's the plan. It's just going to be a simple flat sandal with a couple little loops with these pearls on it, and those are going to be the shoes. Wow. You forgot something. All right. See you when you get back. All right. Let's do this. I'm going to do this with a plane. We're going to tab in, and I'm going to make this fit the feet. Actually, let's do this. I'm going to scale. Dang it. I'm going to scale on the X to just make it kind of narrow. And we're just going to scale like that. I'm going to make it a little wider. I'm going to orient this. Am I in edit mode? I'm going to get out of edit mode because I want to be able to use local orientation for this. Line that up like that. Is it RZ6? Maybe the other way. RZ -6. Probably not. I'm just going to RZ -10. Does that give me a nice lineup? I think I'm going to use, that's probably close enough. We're going to use that. Let's turn that off. Let's go back to the bottom. And I'm going to chop this up. I may have made shoes once or twice, so I don't have to think too much about this. So, and then we're just going to make a foot shape out of this. And actually, can you move the flowers? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Get the stream mascot out of the way. And we'll just stick them over here for today. There we go. Hopefully that helps. All right, where was I? I'm in point mode. I'm going to make a, no, actually, we're going to pop out of point mode for just a second because I'm going to put a subdivision modifier on here. Now I'm going to shape this to my feet. I am not in edit mode. I am now in edit mode. And I'm on local orientation, which means my points kind of treat that now as the X and the Y axis, which I find handy. Sorry, I lost track of my chat. Let's put you guys there. Let's bring you back. See where I am with this. I guess we can pull those out a little bit. You know what? Those toes are out way too far right now. I'll bring those back. Right in about there. Probably going to want to put that like there. Bring you back. I think I'll just slide you back. Pull that one in at least. Maybe I'll bring you in a little. So I do want this to go over just a little bit because I'm going to need some polys over here to anchor. Where am I going to put that? I should probably look at some shoes, some sandals. Maybe we should go sandal shopping. I think we're going to do that. Hold on. But before we go over there, I'm going to sign out on my Amazon account. Amazon's a great resource for what are people wearing today. So let's go sandal shopping. Come on, Amazon. Show me the home page. There we are. I just want, oh, these are almost flip-flops. I'm not even going to put a heel on it. Or am I going to put a heel? Maybe I'll put a slight. No, I'm not putting a heel on it because I want these to be flat. I'm being lazy. So I think I'll just use, so those go back a ways. This is kind of our guide right here. So I'm just going to have a simple cord that comes up, and then these cords are going to have the pearls on them to about here, and then I'm going to anchor it down to here. And because of the way weight paint works in Daz, I want to make sure it's all welded here and here. And I am going to put a little bit of a rise on this. So let's do that. Yo, Bad Tooth Records. Dr. TK in the house. Did I ever make a Bad Tooth command? I did not. I am the bad friend. Everybody, check out our good friend Bad Tooth Records over on Twitch. One of my favorite people here. That is not how you spell. He's not in chat. That's why I can't see him. Let's try this again. Can I copy you? What happened? Oh, I broke my thing. There we go. Shout out. Control V. There we are. Follow him. He's awesome. What am I doing? I'm making shoes. I'm kind of using this as a rough guide for where I want to put things. Don't break things. Oh no, I broke my thing. I bent my Wookie. Uh-oh, did I say that out loud again? Damn it. I'm not supposed to talk about my Wookie anymore. I promised the judge I wouldn't. All right. I'm just straightening these up. I'm probably going to... My cursor's in the wrong spot. Is that going to work? You know what? That's not actually going to work. There's that toe. I'll straighten that up in a minute. Is that going to be good enough, you think? Maybe a little bit more. You know what? I think I'm going to live with that. I think that'll be the start of our shoe. Let's select. Am I in? I'm not in edit mode. There's my problem. Am I? I do have a. There we go. That's better. All right, let's add some creases to this. Let's maybe switch over here for a second and see how we're looking. Probably that toe is falling off, isn't it? Or it just looks like it is. What I want to do is just straighten that up. Actually, let's do it this way. I'm going to do this and this. Keeps clicking on the wrong one. There's an invisible one in there that I keep selecting instead of the one I'm trying to click on. Let's do a loop tool, G stretch to make that nice and straight. You didn't straighten up as much as I was expecting. Oh, that's because you're not selected anymore. Dude. That's what I wanted. That's better. And then I just do that. That doesn't quite work. Maybe it's just a flat, right? That didn't quite do what I wanted to do either. I guess I'll just G-stretch each one individually like this. No. Maybe I'll just live with it like that. That'll probably be the final resolution. All right, let's put a pad on this. Take a look at these sandals and see how they're... This one does have a pad all the way around, doesn't it? We'll do stitching in Substance Painter. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to anchor my cords out to here. So, and there's going to be 3 layers, actually 2 layers. We're just going to do 2 layers. There's a sole, and there's this upper sole. I'm going to add a little bit of a detail as if there's a sewn in pads there. And then we can add in our straps. Or actually, in this case, it'll be cords. So let's try this. Let me turn that off. Let's hide our Genesis for a second here. That's the wrong one. That's still the wrong one. There you are. Do a little bit of an inset. Maybe pull you up a bit. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to inset that again. And then I'm going to pull it up. Okay, that has a crease on it. We'll take that one off. So that's kind of the direction we're heading in. I probably should just trace let's do that. We're going to cheat. We're just going to trace this shape, see how that works out. Can I just steal you like that? Yep. Let's do you. Let's add that as a reference. Is it Shift A? There we go. Image reference. I think it's desktop should be here. Download should be here somewhere. Sort by. Where'd you go? I can't find it. It's lost. uh, let's try this again. You are on the desktop. Oh, I went to downloads. There's my problem. There it is. All right, let's kind of line this up a little bit better on that foot. I'm going to tab. I'm going to select that. Which way am I looking? RX 180. There we go. That works there. Going to kind of do that. Just kind of do this. And I'm just going to put you like right about there for now. Yo, Rod, how are you doing? Let's do this, do that, zoom in. Can I make you transparent? There's probably an option for that somewhere, right? I should hide my, you say plain. So let's see. It's Rod Shelley. You need 5 more of me, but you're not sure that you could survive that. Oh, that the world could survive that. Now my phone's making noise. Why do you make noise, phone? You know what? I think I'm going to go with that. You know what? You're not that far off. Really. Just pull this out a little bit. Oh, that's a foot. I'm wondering, why is that part of the mesh not moving? Well, now I know. All right, I think I'm going to go with that. All right, we do not need our reference anymore. So we're going to put a little split in here, maybe just bring the sole down just a little bit. So I'm going to put a split through there. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to make the sole a little bit thicker, I think. Let's turn that off so it's just a little easier to work. Thank you, Art. Oh, that reminds me, Charles isn't here tonight. I forgot to shout out Art. There we go. Okay, so we're going to split that. Actually, I think I'm going to redo that. I want to. Did I just undo? I did. I'm driving myself crazy here. All right, make you a little bit thicker. I'm going to put a split on that. I want to kind of cheat over to there. I think I'm going to put a little bit of a cut in there. I'm just going to put a little bit of a bevel. Just like that. I'm going to push it in just a little bit like that. I'm just going to add a little cut in here. And you know what? These things, we need to add some more creases in here. Okay, that I'm going to dissolve. There's a line in here I want to dissolve. I think that one right there. I want to dissolve that as well. And that one I want to crease. Yeah, I'm happy with that. All right, now let's see if we can just get this cord on here that I'm going to then attach this thing to. You know what? I think I'm going to start with a vertex. I'm just going to kind of sketch that out. So one's going to come up and over and into about here. And the other one, I think I'm going to land maybe back in here. Actually, do I have a vertex? Oh, and I wanted to straighten some stuff up first. I want to get these straight. See if that's going to happen now. I'm just going to G-stretch these to make them nice, neater lines. So it just looks a little neater. Does absolutely nothing else. I'm now just mucking around with the aesthetics of the mesh. That was not what I wanted. Oh, you know what? I think I can do it this way. G-stretch, but we don't want to do spread evenly. I want to do project. I think project does the best. So we're going to do that. Oops. Let's try that again. Looking good. That's fine. That one's probably okay. That's a little neater. Oh, let's fix the, I'll clean up the bottom just a little bit. You know what? I think I want to slide this whole back just a little bit. Can't see my cursor. You know, I'm just going to slide those. I think that's good. Okay, so do I have any extraneous points in here that I... Nope. You know, I can just make this. And just going to do that. I'm going to try to line that up in between the toes. I kind of want that to come maybe somewhere about in there. Which I'm going to do this last one like this. All right, am I in the right spot? I am totally not in the right spot. There we go. I want that to click into about there. A family friend we've known for almost 30 years came by today in advance of your birthday, and she brought a bunch of gourmet foods, including fancy chocolate, wind turkey, and tutti cookies from Jersey, New Jersey, New Jersey. All right, let's, cool. Yeah, see, you're probably going to have to come up a little bit. You know, that's actually not too bad. Where did my other... Yeah, I gotta do that because I can't see what I'm doing. All right, let's see where we're lining up at. All right, so I want that. This is going to end up over in here at some point. I'm thinking that's going to be pretty close. All right, so I'm going to convert that into a curve. Let's tab in. Let's smooth things out. So let's switch over to spine type Bezier. I think I'm going to grab all of this. Maybe not these. Let's try these ones here. And set those to be automatic so they're smoothed out. If I set you to be automatic, do you smooth out? BRB, cafe calls. All right, see you, Rod. Oh, you're not supposed to be automatic. You're supposed to be toggle free align. We'll try that. There we go. I think that'll do the trick. No, you are not toggled free align. What the hell? Dude. There we go. All right, I'm going to put a shape on here, and then I can start tweaking stuff around a little bit. Geometry. Let's say, let's start with a too thick. I think I actually want to make it thinner than that, because I am going to try to put those pearls on it. I think we're going to try that. Also, I may just make a copy of this, and then we'll tweak this to fit that foot a little bit better. How many points do I have in there? Oh, it did become separate points. So I have to kind of do this. Okay, I want to tweak this. Resolution 4. I say resolution 1. What is that really? It looks like still 6, right? I'm doing something weird, I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If I say 2, does that suddenly become 12? One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. It becomes 8. I like 8. I'm going to manually redo that at some point. So what happens if I put you onto this now? Can we just do that without... I think I can just do... Let's do this. Curve. No, I need a deform. Curve. Oh, you know what? This isn't... we have to accept the transforms on that. You know, that might kind of work. I don't want it to start right there, but still. I wonder if I can get it to start over here. Because I'd actually like it to come off of here just a little bit, not necessarily go all the way down, and then kind of do the same thing over here. There's a way to flip the starting point on a curve. I don't remember what that is. And I might just behoove me to split these up into separate parts. I think I'm going to do that. Let's Control D that. Do this, pop into here, and I'll get off the, get rid of the extra points. And you don't go any further. Okay. Actually, can I just maybe separate you two? Hey, that worked. And then pop back over into this one here that I hit. Yeah, all right. And then I got to figure out how to get you so that you basically start here instead of here. There's a way to flip the order on a curve. Let's see if I can remember how that's done. I can't remember. I'm probably going to have to Google it. Toggle cycle. Switch direction. There we go. That's actually what I was looking for right there. That might do the trick. I think I do want to push this back a little bit further. So I think here, and then I also want this over here. a copy of that. And we're going to set you to... I should probably name these something other than plain. That would be the clever thing to do. There we go. There's the other one. And if we tab in, and what I'm thinking of doing is maybe I just slide you maybe out this way a little bit. See, that gives me a little bit extra in here. And then I'm going to take that and slide it out a little bit. I think a little bit further than where I am right now. Yeah, and then we'll do the same thing with this one. Just maybe pull that out so it's out over there instead. Okay, and then let's tweak the shape of this so that it looks like it's actually touching the foot in a way. I kind of want you there. So that's kind of okay there. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to pull all of these up right like that. Oh, and then I can just how's that looking? I think that's kind of what I'm going for. I could probably... Am I clipping right there? I am just a little bit, aren't I? Neener, neener, neener. Okay. Where's the next point? Is that where I want you? Can I slide you along? Oh, I can't. All right, and let's tweak that so it's closer in on the foot. Boink. And you know what? I'm going to take these down a little bit lower. About there. And then we'll just do... Okay, I can... See, this is a good view because I can kind of see if I need to just tweak just a little bit to get stuff to not touch. I think that's the direction I want to head in. I'm going to... What do I want to do with this? Do I want to just cheat maybe a torus on that or two? Make it look like a knot? I really need a good knot tool. Save. Hey, saving is a good idea. There we go. Thanks. Okay. I think we're good with this. I'm going to make copies of this, and then we're going to start turning it into mesh and fixing things. Like I said, one of the things I want to do is I want to take that and I want to actually weld it to this. So I'm actually going to make a little hole in here, and then we'll just merge all of those points together. So anyhow, let's organize some stuff in here. Da, 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 da. Select you and you and you, you and you and you. Let's Control M. That did not seem to do what I was expecting. Control M. That should have made a collection. Why did you not make a collection anymore? Did somebody go and screw around with the shortcut keys since the last version? I'm thinking somebody broke something. I need to make a collection. Move to a collection. Oh, maybe it's just M. There it is, M, new collection. Pearl sandal. Pearl sandals. We'll do that. Okay, is good. Now I'm just going to, and you're just going to be pearl sandals. Copy. Let's duplicate that. Nope, that was the wrong. That's not duplicate. That was delete. That is duplicate. Okay, so now I have my backup. So we could just hide that. And then I'm going to just convert all of this stuff over to mesh and start welding it together and add something that makes it look a little more knotty there. And we still have to start breaking stuff apart. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and get you back up where I can see you. I'm gonna apply that level. I could do this in Daz, but I'm going to do it in here. You just took a bite of the gourmet chocolate. Moser Roth Rainforest compliant dark chocolate. Ooh. What's my detail? All right. I am going to back this off one level and then apply it. Okay, this. Do I want to just take that off? Take that off. I think that'll be fine. So I'm going to convert these three. Oops. Nope. Not you. You. Let's convert those to mesh. Convert to mesh. Oops. I should convert these first. We should apply this one right here. And that one's still there. And there we go. Oh, I heard a noise. Diversitana, rating with a party of 10. Oh my. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that. I hope everything's going well. Because now I'm worried that you rated me this early. Everybody, check out Diversitana. She's a marvelous cross-stitcher who I almost never catch because we stream pretty much at the same time. I did turn into a cobbler. Very observant. You're sick? I am sorry. So you win, but not in a way you would like to. Yeah, everybody, check out Zyristana. I'm in the new browser. I gotta do this old school. It's slower now. There we go. So she's over on the Twitch. I'm not sure if that popped up over on YouTube. It looks like it did. Yeah, I'm making sandals. I'm working on a little outfit. So here's the outfit I'm making. A little summer thing. Frilly little, roughly little top and skirt. And we're making jewelry, kind of like rough pearl necklace and bracelet. And I'm going to add some pierced earrings to that. I am. I've been earlier this year. I decided to start simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch, and today we're making shoes. So that's the project I'm working on, and this is a portion of that. So I make I've made good progress on this, but it's almost already 8:30. I'm gonna get this rigged tonight. No worries. I really do appreciate the raid. There's a dyslexic heart, by the way. I sometimes forget to give the old dyslexic heart. Are we good? Are you mesh? You are mesh. I think you all are mesh. Mesh. No, you're still curves. Can I select all three at once? That would be too easy, right? Convert to mesh. Hey, it's all mesh now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and join them with these. But before I do that, I'm going to delete parts of these out because we're going to weld these into these. And at some point, I'm going to weld these into these. And I want to weld that to this. And to do that, I want to add a little sketchy little circle in here. And as I understand it, Lurk, off to find the cough syrup. Good luck with the cough syrup. I hope you're feeling better soon. So let's do. I'm going to put this up here. Because at some point. And did I grab the right thing? Because at some point, I'm going to put a circle in. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this. And do I want to join that with that? I think I am going to do that. We're going to start. I have a lot of stuff still to do here. You know what, you guys? I have a material I can use for these. Let's see if we can get that set up. Cord. There you go. Did all three of you become cord? Probably not. That would have been too easy. All right, one of you became a cord. I can join these together now. Let's do that. And then let's get rid of. That's what I am looking for. Is anything from here? And I'm going to do the same thing over here. And what I'm going to end up doing is connecting these to that. So for this one, I'm just going to, how far do I want to go on that? I think I want to go out to there. Are you not? Delete those. Delete those. Okay, let's combine. I'm going to probably simplify some stuff on these ends here. That and that. Control J. Tab in. I'm going to clean that up. How many do I have in here, by the way? I have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have twice the amount. You know what? Maybe I will subdivide those one. So let's Control Z. There we go. Did that do what I wanted to do? Not yet. Control Z. Not yet. Control Z. Are you undoing? Edit, undo. Am I doing Control Z's? You know what? I probably. There we go. That does the trick. And I'm going to. Am I going to add a subdivision onto here? And then I'm probably going to apply that. And that's 16. And that means I got to put a 16 down in here. But I can probably do that. I'm probably okay. Let's try this. Let's apply that. And then I should be able. I'm going to make these a little bit larger. Maybe if I can I just delete these off? Then that and that. Will those bridge properly? Something in here should say bridge. Loops, maybe not. Maybe now. Bridge edge loops. There we go. And then I'm going to clean that up. Did I not say faces? There we go. That's better. And bridge edge loops. Excellent. Now I'm just going to come over here and do the same thing. So we'll join these together. Come into here. I'm going to clean these out. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. There we go. And then I'm just going to kind of do the same thing back here. We're going to get rid of that little inner. And then I'm just going to merge that and that. All right, so that's all welded and good. All right, this is a little trickier. I'm going to figure out a way to get all of this stuff glued to all of this stuff. And I think I'm just going to slide this stuff back and maybe do some merging at centers or something. Although that's probably not too important. Though I do want to stick this into here. So let's do this. I've changed my mind. We're going to put one more level of subdivision on this. I'm just going to double check my creases are looking good. Yeah, they still look fine. And then I need to put some circles down in here for 16. Were you not supposed to get another? So if I do this right now, I'm at 6. If I put a loop through here, that'll get me 8. That's in the ballpark. Okay, let's do that. It's a little wonky, but it'll work. Trust me. Grab these. I'm just going to slide these along into about there. Do I want to maybe just slide the whole thing? I should have just done it this way. When I put that loop in there, I should have just kind of pulled it out. So, and are you lining up by any chance? Hey, that's pretty close. I can move that over a little bit. So I'm going to grab these. I'm going to do a little inset, kind of like that. I'm going to slide these points back somewhere close to there. I think I will leave this at 8 and we'll join it to a 16. And I'm going to round these out. We're going to select all of those. We'll use the loop tools to turn it into a little circle there. I want to rotate that circle just a little bit. Probably good. And we want to make that maybe smaller so it's about the same as that. And maybe just pull you out a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to put one on the other side. And maybe push you back a little. I can't even see my... There. I'm going to put those together like that. I should assign some materials to the shoe while we're thinking about it. So I'm going to say sole, sole upper, and I think that'll be good. Sole and sole upper. Yeah, let's do that. Do I want a sole edge on this? Let's UV map it and see what we're looking at. I can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to start with just a seam around the edge. And then if I have to, I will split the sides off. I think I'm probably just going to split the sides off. Let's mark a seam there. And I just mark a seam there. Just going to mark a seam right through there. It gets a little bit funky in there, though. Is the other side still okay? Yeah, the other side's still okay. Let's do that. I'm going to put a little seam on the front and the back for the edges. And I just do this. All right, now let's see how this goes. There we go. That's kind of what I was expecting. We're not going to go any further with that right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to end up UV mapping everything into half of a sheet. But I'm going to do everything, and that's all going to go into half, and then we'll just, when we mirror it, we mirror the UVs. So we can do both shoes that way. So back over to here. Okay, so I need to add another one of those anchor circles over in here. So that. Can't see my cursor. So same thing. I'm just going to do a little inset. Like that. I'm just going to slide these. So I'm going to make kind of a square. Right about here. Because this will get turned into a circle. And then I'm going to pull that over a little bit better. Okay, see, that's a little large. That looks about right. You know what I don't need? I don't actually need that. We are going to just make these little holes in here. So I need to do that over here as well. Or did I do that already? I don't think I did. I did not. And I can't see my cursor. There we go. There we are. You know what? That is kind of mark sharp. Mark here. We'll put a crease on that. I wanted to make sure the same thing is over here on this side. All right, is good. Let's see. I don't think... I'm trying to figure out where... Yeah, that's probably good right there. We'll get rid of all of this stuff underneath here. I'm going to select all of this. And I'm going to just do a little bit of proportional editing. And I'm going to drag that so it lines up a little bit better with that circle. Probably in there. But I want to see how much. I'm going to put you... You're not moving that at all, are you? And boy, that is so close. I thought it was sitting in the foot. So at some point in the near future, we're going to attach that to that hole. And there's going to be some tries. Did I say that out loud? Oh, no. I think this is fine. All right, let me work on cleaning this up. You know what? I think I'm just going to do the... Here we go. We can kind of do this. I can sit on the inside here and we can just kind of slide these back till they're about where the where they intersect the other one. That's probably good there. I can kind of do the same thing over here. And I just have to kind of figure out how I want to attach these. But I think it's going to be something like merge those at center or something like that. Is what I'm leaning towards. Are you over? Is that you there? Yes, sir. All right, let's see about trying to figure out what gets connected to what. I think, can I, is that a logical? Well, those look like a logical connection. So let's start with those. Ah! Where am I at? I'm over there. You have to finish watching this later? Hey, no worries. Hey, thanks for being here. I appreciate it, Brian. Hope to catch you in the future. I'm probably going to just be on for another 17 minutes or so. That in usually is about the endurance I have for this stuff. I'm wondering if it would have been better to slide all this stuff back and then figure out a way to extend them out and then weld them together. Oh well, I'm already heading in this direction. And you probably can come over here. And then I don't know if I'm going the right way now with these or if I don't have enough. Did I weld some of this stuff together? Can I hide you? I'm already welding you onto that. I probably should have hid this one first and then started welding stuff together. You guys look like you're all happy welded. Yep. And I just have to figure out how to get this into here. There's a point in there somewhere. There we go. That helps. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I'm a little off here. I'm thinking it might have been better for this to come over here, maybe. Well, maybe, I don't know. Oh, well, let's come back around this way. And then I'll fix it when I get to the end. All right, now I'm at the end. And I've got a few off just a wee bit here. Almost there. What are you attached to? I keep losing my mouse. All right, I got to fix that spot right there. The rest of these are okay. The rest of these are going to do. I just have to, you know what? You probably, oh, let's turn proportional editing off. Actually, maybe you just go over here and then I'm done. And that's close enough. There we go. That's all one happy family now. Okay, cool. Oh, I still have to weld you into here. And then we're going to weld these into these. So let's see what I got here. Let's lose this. Let's pop back into here. Let's tab into here. So I need a, did I not apply another level of subdivision to that? I thought I did. Add modifier. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. And I want to take a look over here. So now do I have like 16 in here now. These are just going to weld nicely. Let's combine these. Try that again. Try. I can't tell what I'm doing. There we go. Bridge, 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 bridge. There we go. Yay! And I'm doing it this goofy way just because the weight paint works in Daz. If I have to weight paint these, it doesn't go across gaps. It has to be connected meshes. It's annoying. Okay. And then I just have to put one right in here. And I just have a big old quad in there. You know what? I can probably add some extra points, and then I'm going to cut that out, and it's going to be a little weird looking little shape. But we can do this. We have the technology. Nope, you're not it. You're it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make it into a circle. A circle with only 4 points. Not really a circle, but yeah, that'll do. 4. So basically what I need to do is kind of add some extra, get some extra geometry in here. Which means if I have to go to 16, I have to subdivide each of these twice. And I just do, and actually, let's get rid of that. Let's do this. Subdivide. Can I subdivide one more and get my 16? Yep, I think that did it. I now have some really nasty end guns, but I'm going to clean those up in just a second here. We are going to loop tool that into a circle. I need to figure out how to change the color of this cursor. It's Blender. There's probably a way to do it. Let's mark a crease on that, just so it stays nice and sharp later on. Let's do that. There we go. Close enough. It's a little goofy. Let's move it. I should have. We'll slide you back so you're a little bit better fitting. Just like that. Let's try that. Oh, now you're off to the side. Okay, there. I'm happy with that. So if I do this, it should select everything. Excellent. All right, now I need to assign some materials. Boom, boom, boom. Did you not control L? Let's try control L. Okay, I need to mark some seams is what I need to do. So I need a seam right there. Oh, and I need to, this is a nasty end gun. So we're going to I'm just going to chop up a bunch of little things into this. Let's try. I don't want really long little tries in here. That'll be nasty. So maybe something like that. And then I'm going to maybe... All right, that's goofy. I know. I know. I know. We're fixing it. Let me see if I can. No, that's too goofy. I can't fix that. I can fix this. Except I just can't see this goddamn cursor. Is it just my eyes? Maybe my eyes are going. Wouldn't be the first time. I don't want to. Do I want to do that center? Maybe I wanted to do that at center. That's probably cool. Uh, that works out better. 1, 2, 3, and merge at last. And then maybe. No, I didn't want to do that. I don't know. Maybe something stupid like this. I'm pretty sure there's a clever way to do this. I am. You know what? Maybe if I get rid of this, get rid of these. And is it control? Nope. Is it alt? It is alt. And then I can make, yeah, then I can do this. Fine. Oh, now I have an idea. Do this. Okay, and then I gotta fix these a little bit. That might be okay. Except I got this weird. I think that's just a crease. I don't need that, so we're just going to clear that up. And I missed part of it. I think that's going to work. No, except my shading. I kind of had a. Let me see if we can fix that with the normal. I have 4 minutes. I'm almost. I haven't assigned the materials a UV map to this yet. We still have to do that. And my fingers are going numb. Ah! Let's see. Oh, I've got some strange. Are you what's giving me the problems, you guys? Nope, I'm still having that stress issue. Let's see if we can maybe normals. Is it smooth vertices? Does that kind of. It helps a little bit. Maybe if I just recalculate outside. Seems to help a little bit. Shade smooth. Auto shade. I don't know. And it might not even look bad in Daz. And it goes under a foot, so probably okay. So what are you? Oh, you're an auto shade. Oh, that's right. You're a modifier these days, aren't you? All right. I just need to assign some materials, set up the UV mapping. I think we're going to do that, and then we're going to call it a night. So let's see. What are you and why are you white? Oh, because you're the active selection. That's right. Let's come over to here. Let's select all the cord. Let's hide that because that's good. These are all good. Although I probably should rename some of them. This control, if I control LU, you become sole top. Do I have a, yep, I don't have a sole top. All right, we're going to add a new material. Sole upper, sole top. Let's say top. Let's maybe try that without the cap lock on. And I'll put an underscore there because Blender will do it anyhow. Sign that. And I just control L, U. Yep, your sole bottom. Sign that. Okay, we're going to do some edge here. What are you? You're supposed to be cord. And do I have another one of you over here? Yep. And nope, you're fine. So what I want to do is I want to take that, select it, hide it, select that, hide it, grab this. This will be sole top edge. Right there. You know what? No, I'm just going to make you part of the sole top. Never mind. Change of plan. And then what's left will be sole edge. Sign you. Alt H. Get everything back into visibility here. Uh-oh. I'm going to back up here. I didn't get this other side over here. There we go. That's all sole edge. Why are you at the top? Okay, pop over to the UV editing. Some of this stuff is already UV mapped. Basically the pearls. Why are you? That looks fine. And you know what? I'm going to move those off to the side for a second. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. If I just do 3AU unwrap, somebody's not happy. Oh, probably these. Okay, we can back up. I need to put some UVs on the cords. Mark seams from islands. Did that help any? I still have to separate the cords out though. Did I not? It's not. Select. Probably good. I probably need some seams in there though, just to be sure. Right in here. Ah, and that's that. Did you do what I think you did? You did. Let's turn off the. So I'm going to put a seam right there. I think those went all the way. Alt. Is it Shift H? Yeah, it was Shift H. That is odd. Oh, it's because I have that seam selected. Let's go to. All right, turn that off so I can see what I'm doing. Let's. Can I just mark that up through here? And I'm just gonna maybe. Is that right? Mark that seam. I'm gonna hide this. And then when I select that, and that, mark those. Those have got seams marked already, so they're cool. Am I streaming? I'll be hanging out with Dree. I'll be modding for a bit. Is that what you mean? Check out Dree. She's fantastic. She's having her 5-year anniversary tomorrow. So tomorrow it's 4 p.m. Eastern time. That works out to 5, 6, 4. Is it 7? I want to say 4 p.m. is 7. Is that right? 6? 7. Probably 7. I keep getting confused. She's doing 4 to 11 Pacific time. Hanging out and modding. Yes, that's what we hipsters call it. Let's mark that seam. Let's come over here. Mark a seam right there. Catch you Saturday. Gotta go trying to. Alrighty, I'm just about done. I'm meaning to raid. I'm just going to finish the UV mapping on this, and we're calling it a night. So are you ready for? Are you ready to rumble? Let's Alt H. Let's select just the chord. That's not what I wanted to select. Let's try that again. There we go. I'm going to just UV map the chord. That looks fine. That looks fine. We're going to put you over here. I'm going to do the seams from islands on that just to be sure. Now if I do 3A, U, there we go. We're getting there. We're almost done. So one more thing to do. Well, a couple more things, but one more thing. Now we're going to map this into half of the frame. We use the Pack Master for that. Okay, that's not exactly what we want. We'll try this again. We want to use a custom target box. Edit target box. What does that say? Press D and start drawing. D and start drawing. Right mouse button in the UV. So I want it to be inside of that box right there. We'll pack that. Oops. I think I have fixed scaling. Let's turn that off. And I can never find it anymore because they always, I swear, people are always moving things. Rotation is enabled. Fixed scaling. There it is. 1 2 max scale. Let's try that. There we go. And then we're just going to pop over here. We'll put a mirror modifier on it, and that's going to be it for today. Get you here. Let's do this. Mirror modifier. It's on the generate mirror. I got to do. There we go. There's our sandals. I think those will work out nice. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Saturday, we will be back 1 p.m. I may be working on this. I may be working on the Rocket Gal outfit. We'll see how I'm feeling. Yeah, it's Rod Shelley. Everybody, say hi to Rod. CS Bond couldn't be here tonight. Give him a follow. He may start streaming in the near future. Hey, check out my man Art. Art's just special. And once again, Dream On this Friday, 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific time, is doing her 5th year streamiversary. That's Baby Haga over there in the corner hanging out with us, and that's the reason why we've got the glitter ball. We're celebrating Dree's 5th anniversary, 5th streamiversary. So as you can come by and check it out, it will be fun. I guarantee it. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. Let's find somebody to raid. You know what? Bad Tooth Records rated or resubbed. Let's go over there and say hi to him if he's actually streaming. He's a marvelous music streamer too, and one of my favorite people here on Twitch. So let's do that. Bad Tooth Records. There we go. Here's where we're heading. We'll do the shout out. If you're not following, and if you're on Twitch, feel free to join us for the raid. It will be cool. Hey, I have a Discord. Feel free to join. And yeah, I'll be back. We'll be back twice on Saturday, 1 p.m. and then again 8 p.m. for the Saturday Night Social. If you want to share your artwork, drop it in the gallery in the Discord, and we can share that. We have the raid calls. If you're not a subscriber, feel free to copy that. It's a date. If you are subbed, you can use the sub raid call. There we go. Chris is copying his sub raid call as we speak it. Anyhow, thank you, Twitch. Thank you, YouTube. I appreciate you all. Tulsi.
Is that a salami in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
It's a salami.
It's a salami. It's the size of a salami. Anyhow, thank you all for being here. Hasta la vista, baby.